This is the Black Shift Group podcast. Our mission is to create space to elevate, enrich, and expose individuals of color to ideals and concepts that they may not have been privy to. This is your girl, Young Ree.
And I'm your granddad, and that's all relations. This podcast is just real conversations with real people.
We're going to be discussing lifestyle topics such as overall health and fitness, finances, culture, decode some media, and so much more.
After all, no one really knows what they're doing, so let's just wing it together.
All right, so let's get into it, y'all. Hey y'all, hey, this is your girl Young Ree, and I want to thank you all for coming back to take another listen to the Black Shift Group. I know that we did go ahead and take last week off, but I actually wanted to try something a little different this week. I wanted to go ahead and speak to the ladies, so I am doing a solo episode. Granddad is not present for this one, so, of course I know you guys are used to us having the dual host, and I appreciate you all for rocking with us as long as you have, but today I feel like it's necessary for me to come on and kind of express myself solo today, you know what I'm saying? So I do want to speak to the ladies. Anybody new that's listening, we do have the two co-hosts, but just like I said, I feel like it's necessary for me to come on here and just kind of express myself today. Just to kind of check in with you all. I'm so grateful and I'm so humble for everyone that has followed our journey so far. It's really appreciated. When I initially, wanted to start the Black Shift Group, I was very fearful and I was very nervous. I didn't know, what route to go. I didn't know if anyone was going to listen. I didn't even know if I could afford it. You know what I'm saying? Being completely honest with you all. But I had got to a point where I was just like, you know what? We should go ahead and do it. Now, to kind of elaborate on that now, not to throw shade at myself, but yeah, I got to the point to where I'm like, I want to do it. But, as you guys know, I have a co-host. So I out of my fear, I added a co-host to the show. So basically, I want to come on here today and, speak to the women, because I know, a lot of times we will receive so many divine ideas and so many divine thoughts that come through us, things that, no one else is thinking of, no one else is doing, but our fear will hold us back. Our sense of needing to be approved, our sense of needing to be accepted will hold us back. We overthink things. We definitely overthink things. We think, well, what if this will happen? Or, what will they say? And I just wanted to come on here and share my personal story. I'm enjoying, I'm truly enjoying the podcast. I am. I feel myself growing and I feel myself becoming the woman that I'm supposed to become. I feel myself going through the process of a lot of trial and error, a lot of, truly learning the art and gaining my power from, spirit as far as discernment. That was something that I really, struggled with in my youth. Even in my early adulthood, I would be friends with people that did not deserve my friendship. I would give to people that didn't deserve to receive what I was giving to them. Not saying that I'm some, holier than thou type person, but, I'm finding out my truth. The more and more that I live, the more that I encounter people, the more that I get myself uncomfortable, the more that I learn about myself, the more that I'm willing to face my fear. And, do things that I always wanted to do. I always thought that I should do, thought that I would be good at it. But I always just let my fear hold me back. Or, I would get into a group and I felt like if the group didn't want to do it, then it wasn't good enough to be done. So, this episode is really speaking to those of us that hold ourselves back because we feel that, maybe we're not worthy. Maybe we feel like, well, I know me, I would feel like I wasn't worthy. I would feel like, no one's going to listen to me. I'm not an expert. I don't have a degree. I haven't traveled the world. I just felt like no one would hear me. They didn't want to hear my story. They wouldn't, just Jacksonville isn't necessarily a small town, but, I'm kind of a small town type of girl. I don't have many experiences under my belt. I just turned 27, as you guys know, March 15th. And, just the last couple of weeks, I've really kept myself in a very uncomfortable position so that I can, continue to grow and to continue to flourish. So, yeah. I didn't necessarily have like an agenda. I didn't have a list of things that I wanted to speak about on this episode, but I was kind of feeling a little bit bogged down before, I turned my microphone on today. I felt as if, I was having to wait on people to do certain things. I felt as if I wasn't allowing myself to be her truest form and her truest self, because she was always still, even in the smallest form, seeking some type of approval. You know what I'm saying? Like I wanted to be, I try to strive to be the best dressed. I try to strive to be, the most honest in the group. I try to strive to be the most, and it's like, you don't have to be, as long as you're being you're doing what you're supposed to do. So, these are things that I actually have to talk to myself about, because it is a process. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not completely removed from society. I'm not completely removed from the fact that women will have a unit on their face when you walk into the room if they feel intimidated by you. I'm not removed from jealousy. I'm not removed from, all those little bickering things that we have to deal with. And the trouble is that it does have an impact on me. A lot of times, I do stay in the house. I do stay secluded because I don't want to go through the shifts of energy, that take place when I walk into a room. That's very, very uncomfortable. I actually had some recent, encounters around town since I've been out marketing the podcast where, it was a lot of animosity in the air. It was very uncomfortable, but I was there. I was on a mission, you know what I'm saying? Like I put 15 cards in my purse and I was like, I'm not going to leave until these cards is gone. You know what I'm saying? And that's new to me. It's all new to me. I came on here as well because of the excitement that I just felt maybe like an hour, 2 hours ago. I went to brunch, my first brunch that I've ever went to, my first mimosa that I ever had. Like, I drink wine, but why ain't nobody tell me to put orange juice in it? Like, where I been at, okay? I had mimosas today and met some of the most beautiful melanated women that I have ever came into contact with in my life. So genuine, warm, welcoming. Putting each other on game and not feeling like you gonna lose your shine. Like, that is amazing to me. That is amazing. Just being able to share your fears, share, some of the things that you're working on, share some of your processes and not feel like somebody is trying to one up you or feel like somebody gonna give you the side eye because you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to read tarot, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get into things like that. Like, I ask spirit to give me like premonitions in my dreams. Like, being able to candidly say that over mimosas and flatbread pizza, like that is so dope. You know what I'm saying? And not saying that I don't, have friends that allow me to be me. But a lot of them still kind of go the traditional way. So it feels good for me to, like we went on a field trip after the fact where we went to one of the local, like, quote unquote new age, ain't nothing new about this, okay? One of the new age stores around town. And, everybody was in there exploring. Some of the girls, that was their first time in the store. So they were like, picking up things and picking up knowledge with that. And that just, like, I felt so at home. Like, I felt so embraced, you know what I'm saying? And I want to thank V, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all know I give my little shout outs on here. But this is a different kind of episode. It's not going to be very long. I really just wanted to come on here and just express myself, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, since my birthday, I have been very uncomfortable. I had to, you know, assert myself in the workplace. And, you know, as we know, Black women tend to be the least paid in the workplace. And it was regarding money. So I had to I didn't have to I did, okay? You have to watch your verbiage. I did assert myself. I did stand up for myself. And I did tell them that, you know, your lack of due diligence have put me in a position that I'm not satisfied with. You know what I'm saying? I had to stand my ground. And one thing that I know about me, like, I am very sensitive. I am a bag of water. And I remember growing up as a kid, my dad would always say, chick. My dad would always say, chick, stop doing all that crying, stop doing the crying. But that's true to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is true to me. Tears are gonna come. You know what I'm saying? My voice may shake, but I mean every damn thing that I say. Okay? So it has been a process for me. I do feel myself shifting. I feel myself evolving. Some of the things that, you know, I would require, I find myself not requiring them as much. Some of the things that, you know, like for instance, in my relationship, my guy, he's very self-sufficient. And, you know, being an insecure woman, sometimes you do need to be coddled. Sometimes you do need to be reassured. I'll say that. And he would always say, you know, you need to stand on your own. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to always be here. You need to be sound on your own. And it's like, when you grow up and, you know, you weren't being called beautiful all the time unless it was in certain circumstances, you do become insecure and you do seek validation. And that was me, you know, and, you know, it does still rear its ugly head here in my adulthood. And he would always just say, you know, like, do it by yourself. You need to do it by yourself. And, you know, during the beginning parts of our relationship, when he would say that, it would hurt so much because I'm like, what do you mean do it by myself? I've been doing everything by myself. You know what I'm saying? But it was like I looked at doing everything by myself as such a negative thing because I honestly feel like my soul agreed to come back down here, you know, to come here on earth to, you know, feel and find genuine love. I wanted to know what it felt like, you know what I'm saying, what it feels like on the physical plane, you know what I'm saying? Because when we're, you know, in the ethers, like, we good. Everything is Gucci, you know what I'm saying? Like, you feel that love, like, you feel that joy. Like, it don't take much effort to get or be anything, you know what I'm saying, when you're just spirit. But when you come down to the physical plane, like, you're not gonna, like, I'm not saying you're not gonna feel love, but it's like you gotta feel hurt so you can know what love feel like on the physical plane. Like, I don't know if I'm being a little too deep for y'all, but yeah, but anyway, back to what I was saying. He would always say, you know, you gotta do it by yourself. And it's like, you know, since my birthday, like, I wouldn't even say it was since my birthday. I would say more like Valentine's Day, because Valentine's Day used to always be like so traumatic for me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, man, I'm cute. Give me some flowers, okay? Like, can I get a balloon? You know what I'm saying? Like, and I wasn't getting them things. Like, dog, I can count on one hand. You know what I'm saying? But it's like I set the intention for, you know, going into 2018 to just relax. You know what I'm saying? Just truly relax. Remove some of them stipulations that you got on yourself that other people put on you that you're still like embracing. Like, you don't have to. You don't have to. Sit them bags down, girl. You're a bag of lady. You gon' hurt your back. Dragging all them bags like that. Okay, like, that is like a real thing. You know what I'm saying? So I have been putting my bags down, y'all. I have been unpacking. I'm trying to get my load lighter. You know what I'm saying? So when he was saying you got to do it by yourself, like do it for yourself. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times the people that we think, you know, don't care about us, that we think they're not loving us like how we want to be loved. A lot of times they loving you like how you need to be loved. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times what you want is not what you need. And I got a couple stories on that, okay? But yeah, like I wasn't looking, you know what I'm saying? Like since this year has come in, I'm not looking for nobody to do it for me. I'm looking for everything that I could do for myself. Okay? And it's like anything that anybody may do for me after the fact, that's just icing on my cake. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even like icing, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, every once in a while, you know, you're going to dip your finger and you're going to lick it off your cupcake. But usually, you know, I'm the one to scrape it off, you know? But it's like, you know, I already created my cake. You know what I'm saying? I already laid out and I already set the tone of my vibe, or, you know what I'm saying, how my holiday, let it be Valentine's Day, my birthday, or just my life in general. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've already set myself on the pedestal. So anybody that may come lay something additional at my feet, oh, okay, I see you. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I see me and I'm doing me. And it took me a minute to learn that, to kind of like really understand what he was saying. Because you also have to understand that people can only communicate to you, you know, from the level that they're on. I'm not saying that he's on a level below me, but, you know, some of the verbiage that he uses and things like that, like, sometimes we don't necessarily communicate on the same level. So it was a process for me to really, really, truly understand what he was saying and what he meant. So I say all of that to say, you know, I'm enjoying myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting my bags down. I'm unfolding. I'm really starting to tap into the things that I want to do. I'm releasing any requirements that were instilled in me as a child of how I had to be. I'm putting all that to the side. Like, I'm deciding to live life like how I really want to live life and do what I really want to do. And just a sidebar, y'all, like, I might be moving to Africa, okay? Like, it may not be, you know, this year. It may not be next year, but just, I need to shake things up at this point. I need to go somewhere where it's like, it's not shocking to see a black woman with no hair. Like, I need to go somewhere where I no longer feel, or I may no longer perceive, you know, quote unquote, that I am the minority. I need to go somewhere where I live and breathe and, you know, just glorify the fact that I am the majority. You get what I'm saying? Like, I need to feel that umph. You know, like, I've been, you know, putting myself back in the park, put myself back in nature and everything. And I mean, not to say it's anything wrong with, you know, going to the parks that are available to you in your neighborhood. But y'all, I'm born and raised in Jacksonville. Okay, I have not traveled too much, and I know everyone's like, "Oh, Africa is such a big jump," and you know, everybody has their idea of, you know, what Africa appeals to be, and I wouldn't even say it's your idea. It's more or less what the media has fed you. Everybody has that viewpoint, but for me, I'm that extreme though. Like, I am that extreme. Like, for instance, you know, go rewind back in some of my journey. I went through a time period where I just had to get out of Jacksonville. I went to the extreme and went to the military. That was my getting out of Jacksonville. Instead of just saying, oh, let me ride up the street, you know, to Atlanta, or, you know what I'm saying, somewhere in Florida. I was like, no, I need to go to the military. I need to get out of Jacksonville. You know, and Spirit sent me back because that was obviously, it was on a whim, but that's why I'm down here. I'm down here to do shit on the whim. But I need to do things on the whim that are truly me, because when I did that, it was being impacted by my environment. I was on the west side, the naval bases over there. Everybody, a lot of times when you went out or mingled over on the west side, it was a lot of people that were in the military, and they giving you like, oh, we travel, we do this, da da da. So I kind of moved based on, what was around me instead of me, getting on the internet, getting on YouTube and seeing what else is out there, So it's like, I'm in a position, where I'm able-bodied. I'm in my right mind. I don't have any children. I'm not attached, I'm not rooted here. I'm not a tree. So I can move. And Africa may be a lot, but when you don't know your legacy, and a lot of times, the family around you is kind of reluctant to advise you on your legacy, fuck it. Go create your own. Do your own thing. Do your own thing. And that's where I'm at, y'all. Like, I just came on here, just to kind of ramble a little bit, just a little PSA. It's not what we usually do. And Granddad is going to be back, you know what I'm saying? Back and happening on the next episode. But I needed this for me, I needed to come on here and talk for me, because a lot of times, when you put someone else on the project with you, it then becomes a you all or us or we kind of thing. And as women, we tend to lose ourselves. We tend to, adapt. And we tend to translate our energy so that it can better function with the other person's energy. And sometimes, you do need to do things just for you. You do need to, get yourself uncomfortable and, show her that you can, I'm just feeling so inspired, y'all. And honestly, it is, I want to thank, V. Once again, y'all need to look her up. She, SHE. Check that out. She is she's a yogi. She's going to be holding yoga sessions with us. Wonderful energy. Such a genuine young lady. Oh my God. So awesome. Yeah, I just wanted to hear myself talk. Y'all know how that go though. But yeah, so I kind of let y'all in a little bit. I don't think I have anything else I need to add, but it's just kind of self-reflection. I've been in that state since my birthday, and just wanted to put it on track. So y'all already know we're available on Podbean, YouTube, SoundCloud, and Google Play. And of course, you all know that we have our Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I'm actually doing a media cleanse, like an overall cleanse from my phone and everything this week. So I'm actually going to put this episode up today. I think. Don't quote me. Today's Saturday. Usually I drop on Sundays. But I'm actually going to go through a cleanse this next week where it's like no TV, no social media. So it's not like I'm active on the Instagram and Facebook anyway. But I promise y'all, like, this is just a process. Like, I wanted to create a project where I can come on, speak candidly, and have something to look back on. This may not be my end game, like y'all may see me out there doing some other things, but I wanted a talking journal. I wanted, something where I can look back on it, something where other people can pull it, and maybe gain inspiration, because I'm just a regular girl, y'all. I'm a witch on the low. I do be doing gypsy things, okay? I do be, manipulating energy and all that. But at the end of the day, I'm a regular, okay? But I'm going through life. I'm journeying through life, and I'm enjoying it. And y'all, time is relative. Do not, stop with the restrictions. Stop feeling like you need to do this by this time. You need to be here by this time, because what you think you may need to be doing might not be what you're supposed to be doing. Yeah. So yeah, all right. I'm gonna go ahead and go. I appreciate you guys, for listening to my little ramble, rant, whatever. I don't know. And I'm just so appreciative, y'all. I enjoy y'all for listening in. You know what I'm saying? Every week, the comments that we get, you guys liking the post, that means a lot to me. That does mean a lot to me because that means that people are conscious. That means that they are aware. That means that they're also on their journey. You know what I'm saying? And you guys are allowing me, even, however long the episodes are, whether you listen to the full thing, half of it, you guys are allowing me to give you some of my energy. And that means so much to me. That means so much to me. And at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. So, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, y'all know our social media, even our email, theblackshiftgroup@gmail.com. Hit us up. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of rambling now. So I hope y'all enjoy y'all week. Stay positive. Don't let nothing get y'all down. Set down some of them bags you may be carrying that you didn't know you were carrying. Watch the things that you say. Choose your words wisely. Watch your curse words. Make sure you're not saying I can't. Make sure you're not saying I'm broke. Make sure you're not saying I'll try. Universe, spirit, y'all, I'm doing a podcast. I ain't embracing that because y'all know I'm rich. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, watch that, And yeah, this is the Black Shift Group.